We are talking today with Deborah Ward, Director of Nursing at Dial-A-Nurse, the first home health agency in Southwest Florida. Deborah, can you describe what is involved in an in-home assessment?
An in-home assessment is done by an RN at the start of care and includes assessment of the patient's condition, gathering of pertinent health information, assessment of the patient's living environment, and formulation of a plan of care. Assessment of the patient involves taking vital signs, which would be temperature, blood pressure, heart rate, and respirations, listening to heart and lung and bowel sounds, and checking patients' peripheral pulses, as well as looking for edema or swelling in the extremities. This initial assessment will provide a baseline to monitor for changes in the patient's condition and will be used to evaluate the patient's progress. Gathering pertinent information regarding circumstances that led up to the patient's current condition, any other significant medical history, such as diabetes or heart disease, as well as any major surgeries. The RN will want to know if the patient follows a special diet, has any allergies to food or medication, and a list of the patient's current medication. In addition to obtaining a list of the patient's current medications, the RN will also confirm with the patient's doctor or doctors that the list is in fact current and correct. Many people have more than one doctor, and it is important that each doctor be aware of all medications the patient is taking. Another issue that can occur is the patient may have been prescribed a medication several months ago, given a 90-day or 3-month supply, then the dosage was changed at the last doctor's appointment, but the patient has continued to take the medication according to the label on the bottle. Assessment of the living environment is done for the safety of the patient and the caregiver. The RN will look at the bathroom to see if there are grab bars in the shower, and if the floor has a non-slip surface or if a rubber bath mat may be needed. The patient may need an elevated toilet seat. If there are throw rugs or narrow passages that may be likely to cause a fall, the RN will make suggestions to adjust the living environment to better serve the patient. The location of the fire extinguisher, as well as available exits, will be documented both for the patient and staff member safety. Finally, with the information obtained, the RN will formulate a written plan of care for each caregiver to follow in the home. This plan of care ensures that the patient's needs are met, changes in condition are reported to the nurse supervisor, and that there is consistency and continuity of care from day to day, even if there are different caregivers working with the patient.